ahead and look at our review here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work out a few of them to get you started. I'm going to let you work on it for a while, then we'll come back together at the end of class and do some more of it together. So on these first ones, we're simplifying these, not just getting a decimal, but simplifying. So how does 18 break down?
9 times 2.
6 and 8, 9 times 2, however you want to do it. 9 breaks down as 3 and 3 with the 2, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it right here. And so you got a pair of 3s, so what's that end up being? 3 square roots of 2. Okay, I'm going to let you do that 56 one. Okay, this one, don't worry about doing this one right here. Let's scratch this one off. And let's work this one out together right here real quick. So I'll just tell you 75 breaks down as 5 times 5 times 5. And 27 breaks down as 3 times 3 times... Oh, no, my bad. Wait, I'm sorry. I knew I was... It's 5 times 5 times 3. I'm sorry. So it's like that. So here you got a pair of 5s. Here you got a pair of 3s. So on the top, you're going to have 5 square root of 3. And then on the bottom, the denominator, you're going to have 3 square root of 3. Okay, and then what happens to those square root of 3's over each other like that? They cancel out. That just leaves 5 over 3. Okay, now you're going to have some like this on your test, so the one way you could check to make sure is just type in the original one. Just type that in your calculator, and then type in the one you think is right and see if it gives you the same decimal. So, I mean, it's a way to check it, maybe even a way to find the answer on that. Okay, I'm going to let you figure that one out. That one's easy. Okay, on this one, so remember you multiply outside numbers together. So what's 3 times negative 5? Gives you negative 15, and then inside numbers, 24 times 36. What is that? It's 864. Okay? So remember, you multiply outside numbers together, you multiply inside numbers together, you don't mix them. Now you're just going to break down the 864, and you know it's going to break down as 24 times 36. And you can go from there. Okay, I'm going to let you do that one. So number 8, if the hypotenuse of a 30, 60, 90 is 30, find the legs. All right, so we've got a 30, 60, 90, and it says that the hypotenuse is 30. So going from here back to here, what do we do? Just divide by 2, it's half of it. So how long is that side? It's 15. And then going down to here, what do we do? Multiply it by the square root of 3. So this gives us 15 square roots of 3. Okay, let's go ahead and write out our rules right here real quick, just in this little space. So on a 45, 45, 90, what do you know about these two sides right here? They're equal, they're the same. And then if you want to get from here to the hypotenuse, what do? Multiply by the square root of 2. Okay, that's a 45, 45, 90. All right, then on a 30, 60, 90. Okay, if I want to get from here to here, what do? Multiply by 2. The hypotenuse is double the short leg. And then if I want to get from here to here, what do? How do I get from the short leg to the long leg on that 30, 60, 90? Yep, multiply by the square root of 3. So remember on your orange piece of paper that you got there, your cheat sheet, you can write any notes you want to on there. I definitely would get those rules down for sure. Okay, then one other thing, like on number 9. All right, so is this a 30, 60, 90 right here? It looks like it, but it's not, because if it were, if this is 5, this would have to be 5 square roots of 3, and 10 is not equal to 5 square roots of 3. So it's not that. So I'm going to have to use some other method to find the value of x. What do you think I'm going to use to find the value of x? Yes, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so 5, 10, and x, which one of those is the c? The x, yep, so we have 5 squared plus 10 squared equals x squared. So we have 25 plus 100 equals x squared. 125 equals x squared. Take the square root of both sides. And what's the square root of 125? 11.18. Okay, there's a couple on here I want you to skip. Skip number 11. Don't worry. All right. So this is going to be the main 3 things on your test. Is doing simplifying stuff like this, doing the special rights, and then doing Pythagorean theorem. It's going to be the 3 main things on your test. Simplifying, special rights, and the Pythagorean theorem. So all I want you to do now is go ahead and get grouped up. Start working through here, and we'll get back together at the end of class. Okay, so here on 56, how does 56 break down? Okay, 14 times 4. So that's 7 times 2 and 2 times 2. All right, so if I do it like this, there's a pair of 2's. The 7 2 stay underneath, so you have a 2 on the outside, you have a 14 underneath, 2 square roots of 14. Just remember on this, you can like type in square root of 56, and then if you think it's 2 square root of 14, type in 2 square root of 14 in your calculator and see if it gives you the exact same decimal. It's an easy way to check that. Okay, what is the square root of 89 squared? It's 89. Yep, remember the square and square root are inverses, they just cancel each other out. Okay, on this one I got you started on it. All right, 24 breaks down as 2, 2, 2, and 3. I'm jumping a step there because it's 8 times 3 is 24, and then
there's more 3s.
And then 36 breaks down as 2 and 2 and 3 and 3. All right, I just jump step there. We're gonna run out of time. So you got a pair of 2's, another pair of 2's, and a pair of 3's. So you got a 2, and a 3 coming out. So what's that on the outside?
14.
Is 12. And then on the inside, you have 2 times 3 left. So what's that going to give you on the inside? 6. Now we brought a 12 out that was already a negative 15 out there. So you're going to multiply that negative 15 times that 12. That's going to give you negative 180 square roots of 6. You got to do the negative 15 times the 12 here. That gives you the negative 180. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to skip that next one. Let's jump down to number 10. All right, so a linen napkin in the shape of a square has sides that are 8 inches long. So it's a square. All the sides are 8 inches. So if you folded it along the diagonal, how long would that diagonal be? Good, 8 squared to 2, because notice from a square, you have 2 45, 45, 90 triangles. So if the sides are 8, the hypotenuse is going to be 8 squared to 2, applying this rule right here. 45, 45, 90 rule. Okay, number 11, told you to skip that one. Number 12, the diagonal of a rectangular lot is 60 feet. So that's talking about this right here is 60 feet. One side is 26.8 feet, and we're looking for the other side. Okay, this is not a 30, 60, 90. This is just going to be Pythagorean theorem we have to use here. So the 26.8, the x, and the 60, which one is going to be the c? The 60. So it's going to be like this. 26.8 squared plus x squared equals 60 squared. And I'm not going to work through all the steps on that, but it ends up giving you, does somebody have it? 53.68. That, and then number 18, you can skip that one also. All right, number 13, find the side of a square given that the diagonal is 30. So if the diagonal is 30, again, this is a 45, 45, 90. So how do I get from this diagonal back to the leg? Divide by square root of 2, that's right. So this is just going to be 30 divided by the square root of 2. Okay, number 14. Rob wants to design a roller coaster track. It's like this, 45 degrees. It's 125 feet tall, and we're looking for the hypotenuse of that thing. That's where the ramp is, the actual part of the track where the roller coaster will be. Good. So after I apply my 45, 45, 90 rule, it's going to be 145 square roots of 2 feet. Okay, number 15. So on this 45, 45, 90, going from the hypotenuse back to the leg, what do I do? Good. Divide by the square root of 2. So 9 square root of 10 divided by the square root of 2. What's that going to turn into? 9 square root of 5. Thank you. Okay. So it just turns into 9 square root of 5 because the 10 divided by the 2 right here gives us that 5. Okay. Number 16, 30, 60, 90. I know it's kind of hard to see, but from here to here we multiply by 2. So this is 18 square roots of 3. And then down to here, so we multiply by 2 there. Here we multiply by the square root of 3. So you have 9 square roots of 3 times the square root of 3, which gives you 9 square roots of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So 9 times 3 is 27. Okay, number 17, the legs of a 45, 45, 90 are 12. So real quick, how long is the hypotenuse in? 12 square roots of 2. Now this asks for the perimeter, so how do we find the perimeter? Add them all up, so it's going to be 12 plus 12 plus 12 square roots of 2. So type that in your calculator real quick and tell me what that is as a decimal. 12 plus 12 plus 12 square roots of 2. What is it? 40.97. Does it give any units? No. Okay, next one, it says that the diagonal of this TV is 10 inches. And to find the height, so it would be 8 squared plus x squared equals 10 squared. 10 is the hypotenuse. So there'll be a question like this on your test tomorrow. And it's not going to ask for the answer, it's just going to ask how to set it up. So that's what the answers will look like. Like, how do you set this up in the Pythagorean theorem? All right, number 20, on this 30, 60, 90, to get from this short leg back, or from the long leg to the short leg, what do we do? Divide by square root of 3. So this is 22 divided by the square root of 3. And then from here to here, we multiply by 2, we double it. So this is 44 divided by the square root of 3. All right, number 21. So on this 30, 60, 90, going from the hypotenuse back to the short leg, what do? Divide by 2, it's half of it. So this is 6. And then from here to here, we multiply by the square root of 3. So this is just 6 square roots of 3. Okay, number 23. John walked 6 blocks east and then 8 blocks north. How many fewer blocks would it be if he walked the diagonal distance? So let's find the diagonal distance right here first. So that's going to be my x. Is that going to be my a, b, or c? C. So 8 squared plus 6 squared equals, x squared. 8 squared plus 6 squared equals x squared. So this gives us 64 plus 36 equal to x squared. 100 equals x squared. What's the square root of 100? 10. So walking this way is 10 blocks. Now, you got to be careful on this question because the answer is not 10 blocks. It says how many fewer blocks if he walked that way. Yep, that's right. So think about it. If he walked 6 blocks here and then 8 blocks this direction, how many blocks did he walk total going that way? He walked 14 blocks going that way. Now, if he would have gone on the diagonal, it would have just been 10 blocks, right? So how much shorter is going this way on the diagonal than going the other way? It's 4 blocks fewer. Careful, there's a question like that on your test, so make sure you're paying attention to what it's asking for there. Okay? All right. So on this one, you've got a door that is 86 by 48. There's a brace from the upper left to the bottom right. We want to know how long that thing is. So this is Pythagorean Theorem. 48 squared plus 86 squared equals x squared. And that is 98.49. Just working that out. Okay, so number 24, 45, 45, 90. What do I know about these two sides right here? They're the same, so this is just 2 square roots of 2. Then to get to the hypotenuse, we multiply by the square root of 2. So 2 square roots of 2 times the square root of 2. 2 square roots of 4. Then square root of 4 is 2. And so 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, number 26. So on a 30, 60, 90, going from the hypotenuse back to this leg, we cut it in half. So this is just 1.5. And then going to here, we multiply by the square root of 3. So this is 1.5 square roots of 3. Okay, then this last one, it's equilateral, so that means that this angle's 60, this angle's 60, this one was 60, split in half is 30. So we have a 30, 60, 90, so this is 16, this is going to be half of that, and then this is going to be 8 square roots of 3. Just applying our 30, 60, 90 rule. Okay, so your test is, for this will be tomorrow. Again, if you got your orange paper, make sure you got stuff written on there. You can use that to help you tomorrow.